Are you ready to get into the NL West?
Let's do it.
All right, break it down. Break it
All
down.
right, NL West. I think right now it's just basically it's a two-team game. I think it's going to be the Dodgers and the Giants. I think we're going to see that rivalry get rekindled a little bit this year. I think the Arizona Diamondbacks last year, they were in it at the beginning. It looked like they were going to walk away with the division, and then the Dodgers came back. And it was a terrible division last year. Like there was none of the teams were over 500 except the Dodgers at the end of the year, I believe. And the Dodgers, I mean, they brought back Manny Ramirez. They lost Derek Lowe. Derek Lowe. He's on the Braves now this year. So I think that's a big question mark, the Dodgers pitching right now. Kuroda, they're counting on him to be the number one guy now for them, for their pitching staff. But when you have Manny Ramirez, obviously anything goes for them. But I think the Giants, that pitching staff is one of the top in the league right now. You got Tim Lincecum, who's obviously, the big video game right now. Have you seen the commercial?
Yeah, I did.
Anyway,
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, Tim Lincecum leading the way, Cy Young winner last year. The sky's the limit for that kid. And then you got Matt Cain, who's one of the most underrated pitchers in the NL. He just didn't get good run support the past few years. You got Randy Johnson coming in to be the third guy. He brings tons of experience, and he can dominate people still. And then Barry Zito and Noah Lowry. Noah Lowry's actually moving back in the rotation. I think they have him in the 6th spot right now. But obviously, he's got a lot of potential, and
I like him.
They've got some good pitchers on that.
I like him. I'm gonna agree with you too. I like Dodgers and Giants here. Mm-hmm. I think the player that can surprise a lot of people is the Giants' third baseman, the rookie, Pablo Sandoval.
Write that one down.
Write that down, Pablo Sandoval. He's the third baseman for the Giants, but this kid can hit the ball. He's 22 years old. He's kind of like the Cuban pimp from the White Sox.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
is that the third or fourth time you've mentioned him?
It's the second.
Oh, my God.
I mean, but Pablo Sandoval, remember this kid's name. He's going to be good. I'm telling you.
All right.
Watch out for a home run hitter.
The Giants,
all right, I'll give you a guy who kind of reminds me of is Miguel Cabrera.
Okay. All right, I mean, the Giants, they got the pitching. They have the pitching. I mean, it's just a matter of if their hitting is going to be able to.
I got Dodgers 1, Giants 2.
Yeah, I think.
Whoever wins, neither of those teams are going to come out as a wild card.
No. It's the wild card. I think is going to come out of the East or the Central.
So do I.
Most likely the East again.
Yeah.
And same with the AL too. I mean, it's just the way I'm looking. All right, we did all the breakdowns on the division and everything. Let's talk about players individually now. The Cy Young Award. What's your prediction for the Cy Young Award winner for the NL and the AL?
For the AL Cy Young, if he can stay healthy, it's going to be Scott Kazmir, lefty from the Rays, moving into the 2nd spot in the rotation. I think that's going to be a big help. If not, watch out for Daisuke. I mean, obviously, he's a name. And for the NL, it's going to be a repeat. Tim Lincecum. I don't think there's anyone that can compete with him now that CC's gone in the NL. Watch out for Tim Lincecum in the repeat.
Yeah, I like the Lincecum pick. In the AL, I'm going to go with CC Sabathia, actually. I think everyone's going to say he doesn't have enough left in the tank after the Brewers literally used him every 3 days down the stretch at the end of the season last year. I don't care about that. You obviously know he's a big guy. And I don't think this is Major League Baseball. They're expected to go out there and perform. I think he's going to go back to the AL, dominate, and win the Cy Young again like he did a few years ago in the AL. I think he's got a big fire lit under him this year. So I think CC's going to win it. Lincecum, I like that pick for the NL. But personally, I'm going to go with the homer pick here. I'm going to say Carlos Zambrano. I think he's got just a lot of determination this year to actually perform and win and stay healthy, not have any freak injuries, and lead the Cubs all the way. I think Carlos Zambrano, he's determined, and he's going to be a Cy Young winner. You know what's going to happen. He had a no-hitter last year. You know what his potential is. I mean, you know what he can do. I think this year he's going to have he's going to have a better mindset. I think Lou Piniella is going to help him out. I think he's going to show what he's capable of, and that's Cy Young material.
Zambrano's a fat slob who should not have a no-hitter last year because it was a home game on the road.
Okay, that doesn't even matter. It has nothing to do with it. When you no-hit an opponent in the major leagues, it doesn't matter where the game's played or whatever. I don't care.
Zambrano's a fat slob, and he's going to break someone's back when he jumps on him again.
He's a great player. And he lets Mike Fontenot ride on his back, if you haven't seen. So, Carlos Zambrano.
I think Zambrano and Fontenot are riding each other, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't. I think that's a bad visual, but no, I think, no. Carlos Zambrano's married, he's got kids. That's a terrible thing to say.
I don't know about that. It's fake.
Terrible.
Just like Tyler Austin's injury. All right, let's bring in the MVP for the predictions. AL, NL, MVP.
All right, NL MVP, you got to go with Albert Pujols. You have to really respect the fact that he probably should have been the MVP the past few years. I know ESPN did a story on that. Like, if you take out the roid users the past few years, Albert Pujols, they said, would have like 5 MVPs right now. I agree with that. I think Albert Pujols is a fantastic hitter. Even though he's on the Cardinals, the team I despise, he's a fantastic hitter.
The Cardinals.
He's a great contact hitter. He can hit for power. and he's great on base percentage. He's just great. He's got a great eye for the ball and great natural ability. I think he is going to be the MVP in the NL. In the AL, I'm going to go with Matt Holliday on the A's. I think Matt Holliday got snubbed a few years ago by not winning the MVP award. I think he's going to win it this year with the A's. I think he's going to fool the AL pitching, even though the pitchers usually have the advantage when guys move leagues. I think he's going to be determined this year, and I think Matt Holliday is going to win the MVP.
It's a good pick, Michael. I'm going to go with in the AL MVP is going to be Miguel Cabrera. I think he's going to have a great season for the Detroit Tigers, and Miguel Cabrera, my AL MVP. My NL MVP is going to come out of the NL East and not the NL Central like Mike Roselli always does. And it's going to be David Wright, the third baseman for the Mets. I think he's going to be able to carry the Mets into the playoffs this year and possibly to the championship. Maybe giving you a little sneak preview of my championship this year.
That's bad. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. That's not bad. All right, let's go most improved team. What do you think this year's going to be the most improved team from last year?
I think we're going to probably agree here. I just looked at yours and we don't agree. I'm going to go with the Giants here. I think the addition of Randy Johnson is going to be big. Zito's going to have a better season. He can't have a worse season than he has last two. And watch out for Pablo Sandoval, as I talked about earlier, and the big addition, I think, not Randy Johnson, but Juan Uribe.
Juan Uribe?
Uribe.
Oh, my gosh. I forgot they even had him, but that's no. The A's, and you're thinking the right region with the Giants. They're another Bay Area team. I think the A's, the Oakland Athletics, bringing in Matt Holliday, Jason Giambi, Nomar Garciaparra. They also shored up, I can't provide names, but I know that they've shored up their relief pitching and their starting pitching too.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't provide names. I'm not
they
that
don't have
great.
Houston Street anymore,
but,
that's for sure. They have Ziegler.
No, yeah, they've got the young pitching to get it done. I think that they could pull a Rays from last year and bring the young pitching into the table and great hitting this year, great coaching. They could make it happen.
Okay, Mike, real quick now we have like a minute left. So give me just give me a quick team that's going to drop off.
Drop off?
Yep.
The Rays. I think the Rays are just poised to drop off after the year they had last year.
Okay, I'm going to go with the Cubs. All right.
Okay. All right, the White Sox. Oh, wait, they have nowhere to drop because they're already pretty low. Actually, they made the playoffs last year. Anyway,
just go ahead.
Anyway.
All right. Let's get into it just real quick. Give me the two teams that are going to be facing off in the World Series this year.
All right, I'm going to say Cubs-Yankees. I think the Cubs, they're doing a little exhibition game before the season starts at the new Yankee Stadium. I think it's poised to be. I think this matchup has been meant to be for many years. Cubs-Yankees in the World Series. Look for it. And the Cubs winning in 7 at Wrigley.
Sweet. I do have the Cubs going against the Mets in the NL, but I got the Mets going against the Boston Red Sox in the playoffs.
The Red Sox.
Red Sox versus Mets. Mets taking it.
Mets
no,
winning?
actually, no, I'm sorry. Red Sox in 6. MVP is Jason Bay.
Okay, MVP is Aramis Ramirez and Carlos Zambrano.
That's Incompetent Sports Talk for the week. I'm
Cubs,
Nick Krasinski.
Go
I'm your
Cubbies.
host.
Go Cubs.